Final day of SEC Media Days down here in Hoover. Following an eventful Wednesday with the Tide rolling in, couldn't have written a better finale than getting Auburn to wrap things up. I'm Jonah Cart.
And I'm Mo Carter. And Jonah, anticipation is building for the 2021 college football season, which begins in a matter of weeks. And on the final day of SEC Media Days, it was fitting that we talked to our coach who's in a brand new situation.
Yeah, that coach is named Bryan Harsin. Coming over from Boise State, where he was the head coach since 2014, Harsin led the Broncos to double-digit victories in 5 of his 7 seasons. The last time Auburn reached that benchmark was 2017. Now tasked with bringing home a winning culture down south, Harsin underscores a word that has yielded him success: discipline.
What is discipline? All right, self-regulation. All right, you got to be able to get up and do things over and over and over to build those habits to be successful. Understand that. You want to be great, here's what it takes. All right, what comes with discipline? Toughness. All right, if you're going to do that consistently and in this game, you better be tough, physically and mentally. All right, you better be able to perform at your very best when the circumstances are against you. I don't want you to survive, I want you to thrive in situations where things get really difficult and tough for you.
Now, when a new coach takes over, some players are skeptical when it comes to position battles. Some coaches like to start from scratch, while others try to work with what they already have. In the case of Bryan Harsin, he likes the combination of the two. According to the first-year coach, Auburn has a vast amount of talented players, but only a few can take over the reins as a starter for him. Harsin says that most of last year's starters will begin fall camp with the first team, but it's up to those same players to progress and stay in that role by Labor Day weekend.
You have your returners. They've played, they've proven themselves, they've been in games and all that, but you also have guys that are hungry to play, and they've also been working. They don't want to be backups. They're doing whatever they can to get on the field. We're going to have a pecking order. Bo will start when we get out into camp. He'll be the first guy that rolls out there. There's a pecking order. TJ Finley's going to have his chance to run with the ones as well. Grant Loy will have his chance to run with the ones as well. I've always done it that way. And then we'll find out with those reps how those guys execute, how those guys handle that group, and then what do they deserve from there. And it's going to be at every position. And so, you know, that's always, is there a controversy, anything like that? No, I mean, there's not a controversy on our team, but there's competition.
Bryan Harsin brings a lot of knowledge to the table from a coaching perspective, but back in his playing days, Harsin was a quarterback, and the insight he has on that position is invaluable to a guy like Bo Nix, expected to take the snaps behind center on day one.
He talks all the time about operate and execute, which is the most important part of being a quarterback. Knowing a pre-snap will give you an idea of what they could be in, and so it can allow you to just adapt once the play starts.
Also joining Coach Harsin and Bo Nix on Thursday was linebacker Owen Pappoe, the anchor of Auburn's defense, making 93 total tackles last season. According to Pappoe, Coach Harsin earned the respect of his players very early, and that's why he'll have a good relationship with this team and future Tigers as well.
Me and Harsin, we got a lot of respect for each other, man. He's outside of football, he's a really good man, has a lot of knowledge. In our team meetings, we really talk about life a lot, not even necessarily football sometimes. We have this thing we do called Real Life Wednesdays, where speakers come out and talk to us, or he'll talk to us himself. But you know, really sharp guy, man, and I got a lot of respect for him.
The Bryan Harsin era officially begins on September 4th when the Tigers take on Akron.
Kickoff for that season opener is set for 6 p.m. down on the Plains.